Welcome to another episode of Sweatbox Travel's Bucket List, where we try to fulfill as many bucket list items as we can. We check them off. And you know the thing about bucket list items, once you check one off, you got to add another one to it. So come with us on this episode as we explore some of the beautiful things that I've been able to experience through my travels around this beautiful world. Welcome to Sweatbox Travel's Bucket List. And we start this episode where it all began. Yes, a cruise ship. For those of you guys that don't know, my love of travel and my desire to travel all started with the desire to want to take a cruise. And believe it or not, cruising was one of the last things I was able to do when I started traveling. I was able to leave the country. I went to Vegas. I went to a whole bunch of destinations before I took my first cruise. So it is only right that my first cruise make it to the Sweatbox Travel bucket list. Yes, my first cruise. There's really something special about that first time you board a cruise, when you're taking your first steps onto the ship, when you're walking across the gangway and you see the ship. It is a really special moment. And I just have to express, I just can't express that feeling for me when I took those first steps onto the cruise ship and I made my way onto the ship and I started exploring the ship and I started to see all the things that I had been watching in the YouTube videos and the TikTok videos and stuff like that, that really inspired me to get on here and start doing this travel thing.
How's it going, my man? We're going to take tour right now, okay?
That's why I told you, they all pretty much the same. They just big or smaller. Yeah.
Scan your boarding pass on next door. Check in.
Setting foot in that cruise ship and seeing that atrium for the first time is always something really special. Also, that first time experiencing that sail away party, especially on a carnival ship, is definitely a bucket list item that you are going to remember for a long time. Those sail away parties are something special indeed. And that is what makes the first time I cruised a bucket list item for Sweatbox Travel and the Sweatbox Travel bucket list. And while we will be returning to the cruise ships in future episodes for more bucket list things that you can do and that I have done that involve cruising, I cannot leave this part of the show without mentioning, of course, the beautiful sunsets that you can see when cruising is, of course, another reason why it makes the bucket list here at Sweatbox Travel. You know I'm a fan of beautiful sunsets, and you'll see some beautiful ones when you are cruising. Our next stop on Sweatbox Travel's bucket list takes us to Disney's California Adventure. Yes, we're going to a theme park, baby, and we are going to head over to Pixar Pier. Pixar Pier at night is a beautiful sight to see. The way they have everything lit up with the Incredicoaster in the background and all the neon light. It is really fun to see at night. Pixar Pier is probably one of my favorite things to do while at Disney California Adventures Campus. Yeah, it's a lot of fun over at Pixar Pier. But today, for the bucket list, we aren't talking about any rides. No, we are not. We are talking about the World of Color water show that they do at the end of the night. I don't know if it's every night. I'm not sure if it's every night, but it was there on the night we were there, and we were lucky enough to get to see it. I had seen videos of it, and it was definitely something that I had wanted to see and didn't think I'd be able to see. But I did, and it did not disappoint. I mean, when I tell you, Disney's World of Color Water Show basically goes through the entire history of Disney's animation and film industry. All the classic Disney films, it covers Marvel, and it covers Star Wars. And when I tell you it covers them, I mean it goes through a litany of scenes and different movies from all the franchises that they do. And it's set to music, and there's fire, and there's lights, and it coordinates with the Ferris wheel behind it. It is really, really awesome and really special, and I was absolutely blown away with this show. And seeing it in person was way better than any clips that I had seen online, and you guys watching the clips here will not do it justice. Make sure if you get the opportunity, you head to Disney's California Adventure to check out the World of Color show. And like I said, Pixar Pier itself is a beautiful place to hang out, especially at night with it all lit up. I think the only place I think is more cool at night might be Disney's Cars Land, which I don't have any footage of right now at night, but it's really cool at night. But Pixar Pier is right up there. It is beautiful. And you guys will absolutely be blown away by what they do with the World of Color show. I was, and I can't wait to see it again. And that is why it made the spot here on the Sweatbox travel bucket list. Pro tip for the World of Color: go into the Disney app and use the Genie Plus feature to reserve seats, because it is standing room only if you do not reserve seats for World of Color. And after a long day walking around the park, this show is pretty long, it's about 30 minutes, you'll want to sit and watch this show. So get into the app and reserve seats. Our next stop on the bucket list takes us to beautiful Phuket, Thailand, known for its crazy nightlife and also known for its beautiful, stunning beaches. But neither of those is why we are here on the Sweatbox travel bucket list. The thing that brings us to Phuket, Thailand is food. Specifically, street food and night market food. Yes, the nightlife and the night market scene is as crazy as any bar scene that you'll see in any city, because street food and night markets are that serious in Phuket, Thailand. I was fortunate enough to visit several night markets on my trips to Phuket, and I love all of them. Naka Market being one of my favorites, but I am not going to pigeonhole you guys and tell you which market to choose. There are so many to choose from, and the vibrant vibe of the food, the scene, the people, the colors, everything. I absolutely love it, and the food is wonderful. The food tastes absolutely amazing. Whether it's noodles, whether it's barbecue, whether it's fried food, it doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all wonderful. And I was so excited when I first got there, because again, with me, the things that always generate my excitement is usually watching videos of a location or something before I go there, or even if before I have a desire to go there. It's what makes me want to go there by seeing videos of something, by seeing videos of that place. That is what has grown my bucket list and will continue to do so. So when I got to Phuket and was able to eat street food and experience the vibe of a night market first time, it did not disappoint. And I tell you, if you get a chance, just take a minute and walk around a night market, and you will you will have a blast. You will absolutely have a blast. For somebody like me who loves the people watch and loves the whole vibe of it, the night market scene in Phuket was amazing. The food was awesome, and that is why it makes the spot on the Sweatbox travel bucket list. So next time you are in Phuket, Thailand, make sure you check out a night market and make sure you eat some street food. And our final stop on the Sweatbox Travel Bucket List episode today takes us to fabulous Sin City, Las Vegas. But this time we're heading to downtown Fremont, and we are talking about the Fremont experience. Viva Vision. Yes, bucket list item indeed. I believe the first time I saw Viva Vision was either in a music video or on a movie. And I think it might have been Con Air. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But it was way, way back in the day. And I was like, that is so cool. A whole video screen with a canopy and all of that. That is so awesome. Downtown is really popular. Fremont Street, Fremont East is a whole different vibe than what you'll find on the Strip. But Viva Vision, man, it is something else. It is something else. The first time I saw it, absolute sensory overload. They have an actual show that they do. I believe it's like once an hour or once every half hour. I don't know, but it's super unique. It is it is really really crazy, really something to see, especially if you're intoxicated or under the influence, which is very, very common in Vegas and not at all to be shamed or looked down upon. But yeah, some of the visuals that they put up on those screens down on Viva Vision are absolutely breathtaking and awe-inspiring. I mean, first time I saw it, they have one where like the planets are flying over your head. It is insane. They'll also do different themes and stuff too. I remember one time I was down in Vegas and they had Rick and Morty floating on the Viva Vision screen, and I'm a huge fan of Rick and Morty. And they also had like a Rick and Morty setup, a Rick and Morty display because the new season was about to debut, and they were promoting the new season, so they had them down there. Um, so Viva Vision is something that is always just going to be eye popping and spectacular. Now that they have the zip line that goes down there, you can do that. I mean, downtown Vegas and Viva Vision and Fremont Street experience is absolutely bucket list certified and something you need to check off your list indeed. They got live musics, they got the classic casinos down there with the better chances to win. The rates down there are a lot cheaper. I mean, are a lot better. The percentages of winning are a lot better. So yeah, definitely check out Viva Vision and Fremont Street next time you are in Las Vegas. And that, my friends, is going to put a wrap on this episode of Sweatbox Travel's Bucket List. But keep it locked here. We will be back soon with another episode. And until then, peace. Thanks for tuning in, you guys.